as we go. I'll explain it here in a moment if I can. Starting over here, guys, at the bottom right side of the map, representing Team RoX.KiS, we have the Zerg who absolutely dominated last game. We're talking dominated. We have LiveZerg. His opponent entering the ring in the orange trunks, representing Team Empire, another Terran player, one of the funniest. He well-mannered, but very, very funny to watch. A huge troll, but a very good Terran player himself. We have BeastyQT. Oh, man. This dude, watching his stream, he is absolutely hilarious. I like watching him. He's a great player. Plays a lot on the KR server. Very entertaining to watch, but, yeah, definitely can be a troll at times. But, again, like I said, very skilled Terran as well. We are game 3 with the format again. Like going back to the whole format thing, this is a King of the Hill best of 7, and it took a second for me to actually comprehend this because one, I haven't had a lot of sleep, no shit. But hey, no big deal. As we see, I guess it's just basically going to be the players that are submitted in the lineup on the IPL Acme page, whatever it is. Are the players that are able to play, but basically the team can just keep sending in whoever the heck they want. It's just a King of the Hill basically up until one team wins 4 games. So I'm finally it's just finally getting through to my head right now, like how it's working. So the score is right now tied up 1-1. Lives are going to be playing a macro game, throwing down that 15 hatch at the moment. BeastyQT, meanwhile, looks like he's going to be going for a 1-rax expand. We don't see any sort of gas or anything like that, so that's kind of neat. And who in the world is texting me at this time? Who in the world is texting me this time? Don't they know right now that Empire and RoX.KiS are playing? They should not be texting me. It's actually a retweet. Thanks, Team Empire. Appreciate it. Yeah, shoutouts to Team Empire. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. My Russian side of things. Огромного любовь к моим русским зрителям и команд. And eventually, again, throw some shoutouts later, Texo, and all that good stuff. You guys aren't that relevant in this matchup. Alright, so starting at the top left over here, we got BeastyQT with double gas right now. Taking very standard play, guys. I mean, if you guys have watched any of the recent pro games in the past couple months, it's very standard to watch right now. A lot of Terran players do 1-rax expand into quick double gas into reactor Hellions, and then from there they either take the composition usually into bio tank or into mech. Sometimes even including right now, it's starting to get a little bit more and more popular ever since Maru and some of the other Korean players have started doing the Banshee styles as well, trying to get some of those early Banshees out for harass, preventing creep spread, and actually even just putting on pressure. Talking to a lot of Zergs around a lot of my teams and some of the guys up top and some of the Master Leagues players as well. A lot of the Zerg players are very annoyed by some of the Hellion and Banshee harass and some of the Hellion Banshee pressure that some of the Terran players put on them. And I could have bad grammar and just say some of the times because sometimes, you know, just sometimes Hellion and Banshees are good, man, to put pressure on Zerg. I definitely enjoy it as myself as a Terran player, so. LiveZerg trying to get a little bit of map control right now, sending some of the lings around, trying to see what in the world is going on, trying to hold the tower, and looks like KiS is, BeastyQT, did I say KiS? Oh my god, BeastyQT is going to be able to push that ling off, but he's going to back up because most likely he knows there's another ling on the map. Lings do not come out single-handedly, lings are not forever alone, they come out in pairs, man. So where there's one, there has to be another one. But really nice right now, like this is actually kind of as I do as a Terran, get a patrol move on a unit. And this is actually really nice for almost any player to do for against any race. Just get a worker, get a ling, get something there, just patrol move, know when your opponent's taking the third, guys. This is StarCraft, this is a game of scouting, this is a game of economy, this is a game of army value. You need to know what your opponent is doing to be aware of, to know attack timings, to know what he's exactly doing. Because, I mean, if you're just playing blind, then you're basically Stefano. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not messing with Stefano. But if you're going to play very instinctive, it is a little bit more risky, but it's better to, I think it's better to scout to know what your opponent's doing. That way you have the proper counter, or at least you're properly ready to be able to defend some of the stuff that your opponent's going to do to you, most likely. As we see, very, again, similar style by LiveZerg, as we see, taking the double gas in the natural this time instead of the main, kind of like game 1. We have a lot of links coming out, the speed's going on, and literally, I mean, this is literally the same exact build, and literally almost the same thing happening in both games. We got 4 Hellions harassing the third as it's building. Meanwhile, Queens are going to try to probably poke up there and try to get them out of there as soon as they possibly can. And there we go. It looks like BeastyQT is trying to send an SUV down here. Not sure if he's going to try to take a third with that or try to get some scouting, see if there's a ling. But regardless, he will not be able to do that. He's going to have to push back. Banshee is out, and oh, that's actually very unfortunate. I don't know if LiveZerg had a full scout of the starport with the cloak, but now he knows there's a Banshee out in the field heading across the map, so he's going to have to get some queens, some spores ready to be able to handle that. And there again, we see the double Evo chambers for LiveZerg popping up. Finally able to push those Hellions away. 3 queens. The creep spread definitely helps out, especially trying to take on the Hellions. And oh, what in the world happened there? BeastyQT trying to reroute a little bit, taking a little bit extra damage on the Hellions he did not need. He's going to have to micro just a little bit more carefully. And oh, wow. Is this really going to happen? Oh, my God. Almost literally got a really nice run by going. But, again, good surface area by Lings. Basically kind of creating a wall. Queen's definitely helping out with the new 5 range that they do have. And now the fact that Lings have speed, he's going to have to be, BeastyQT is going to have to be that much more careful with his Hellion control. I apologize, guys. I'm like stumbling, fumbling around a little bit right now, but like I said, I just woke up not too long ago, so hang tight. Basically, the game is just kind of moving on, very similar. As we see, the Bailey Nest is coming up. We should see an infestation pit here within the next minute, and from there he will start his hive and his upgrades. But here, this is what I was talking about, some of the pressure. But again, RoX.KiSLiveZerg is completely ready for this, actually trapping so many of the Hellions. And with the Overseer ready, this cloaked Banshee is basically uncloaked. Oh my God, clearing 2 Banshees out and had about 6 to 8 Hellions completely for free. This is an absolutely enormous win for LiveZerg. Oh, like, I don't ever want to count a Terran player out, but this is a huge, huge move. This is a huge takeout. Even right now, BeastyQT could put on a lot of pressure. I mean, not BeastyQT, LiveZerg could put on a lot of pressure. Over here at the right side, at the third base of BeastyQT and Overlord, Poop and Creep. Very nice job. This is going to delay the expansion from being taken for a little while. BeastyQT going to be able to try to get that third up probably fairly soon, but looking at his composition, he looks like he's just going to go for mech right now. And this is something I'm actually really excited to watch because as a Terran myself, this is one of the compositions I'm slowly working towards because late game Zerg is just a pain in the butt right now. So very excited to see how he's going to do it. Really like this right now. Viking out on the map, able just barely going to start picking off some of the overlords to prevent some of the scouting information. As we do see an SCV here over at the 4th, this is actually going to be really nice because he's going to be able to get some scouting information in case there's any run-bys going on. Very nice job trying to clear some of that creep out of there. Even takes out one of the last tumors. Now, BeastyQT is going to have to micro really well. He wants to try to get as many shots as possible to get that health down. Oh, great juke move. Absolutely hitting that hitting that juke move on LiveZerg, man. Breaking the ankles. Oh. Actually, for Zergs, it wouldn't be ankles. It'd be the Zerg wings are broken, man. They have to just, pop the wings up and stop. Try to go back after the Hellions. Great juke move, getting more damage on them and able to get some of the Hellions out of there. Now, looking at some of the production going on, we got Thors underway. We've got 1-1 upgrades finishing up, as well as Blue Flame for the mech units. Blue Flame for the Hellions, of course. Not Blue Flame rockets for the Terran player with the Thors shooting Blue Flame rockets. That'd be actually a really neat upgrade. Talking about like Heart of the, I'll probably eventually get into some sort of Heart of the Swarm discussion eventually, but that'd be something like really, really neat to watch. Just like, I don't know, for the Thor, get some sort of like Warhound upgrade where they shoot just like auto missiles or something like that. That'd be pretty neat. But here we go, BeastyQT trying to poke in here with the Hellions over at the 4th base. Doesn't do a lot of damage, gets a couple lings, but basically gets to see that there is a 4th base out. Doing actually a really nice job right now, getting in the way, trying to snipe one of the queens down with the Hellions. But again, Roach speed has finished up, so Roach movement very big right now for the Zerg player. Very hard for the Terran player to do much of anything. Plus, Queen Transfuse energy is just as strong. But here we go, BeastyQT getting a nice little composition right now. A total of 4 Thors, and Blue Flame finished up, 2-2 underway, as well as Siege. Now we do see tanks coming out. And right now, really rough kind of situation. BeastyQT supply blocked himself, but the wall is going to unblock himself. That's something kind of a little bit rough. As a Terran player, you're not really quick to realize sometimes, especially some of the newer players, just how much of a pain in the butt mech supply is. You get supply blocked very, very fast as a player. So some of you new players that are watching, make sure to keep up on your supply depots, even build some ahead of time. Don't give it supply block. Definitely don't do that, because you're not gonna have a good time. And as we see, fast-moving Overseer following these Banshees, seeing what's going on, and oh my god, huge drop coming on. Big plays, guys. Huge drop coming into the main. Roach is getting dropped, and this is just very popular by Zergs to do right now. Very hard to engage. Good siege up right now by BCQT. He's going to try to take out as many as units. He should be eventually able to clear this out. Queens are starting to fall, so the Banshees are going to have free reign. But basically, this is just kind of a crappy moment for the Terran player, because he's got to pull back his slow-moving army and just do as much as possible. And as we see right now, look at, the Roaches are just doing so much damage. BCQT has to lift off. But looking at it, did I could pull up the worker count? I pulled up the worker count. Only 9 workers killed. Just lost all of his Roaches, and basically all the Thors and a lot of the tanks are alive, including all the Banshees. So in the end, actually not too good of a trade for RoX.KiSLiveZerg. Good trade, but not that good of a. Not that good of a trade, but definitely, I feel like he could have been a little bit more cost-effective with it. Something is running by over at the third base. He's going to need to get some of those defenses over there to try to be able to handle those. As we see, very fortunate also for LiveZerg that he didn't lose a lot of these overlords, a lot of red health overlords. That could have been a very pain in the butt to supply block. And look at that, very cute, actually getting in a few of these Roaches with one overlord, just doing some harass, keeping the attentiveness of BCQT right now where he's at. And this is something very popular Zergs like to do. As we see, the economy for LiveZerg is not hurting right now. He's got 2,400 minerals. He's got 1,500 gas. He's got Hive about finishing up. Now, is he going to go into Ultras? No, he will go into most likely Broodlords. As we see the Spire right here, we do not see any sort of Ultraless Cavern. But basically what he's doing right now is just building time for himself. With all these drops, with all these multi-dual prong harass attacks, LiveZerg is basically giving himself time to produce late game composition, a late game army. He's got Roaches right here positioned, so basically more turrets right now. Most likely LiveZerg, BCQT is going to put a bunch of turrets up, make sure no more drops happen. But again, like I said, this is basically keeping his attentiveness all on one area. He needs to bring the Viking over there, try to get that Overlord out of the way, prevent all that creep poopage. You always feel mature as a StarCraft caster when you have to say creep poop, you know? One of those really mature moments in life. But here we go. BCQT finally trying to take his 4th base right now. Unfortunately for LiveZerg, that Overlord was not able to get enough creep on the ground where it sustained for a little bit of a longer time. But again, it did delay the expansion for as long as possible. And here we go. We got another drop coming in. We got some dummy Overlords coming in here, guys. And I think all the Overlords will fall, but I don't know if the Roaches will be able to do any damage, if that. As we see, more Vikings are joining the battle, make sure no more Overlords can do anything. And basically, at this point, he's picking off a sensor, picking off a few turrets, but he needs to do more of the economic damage. But again, I do love this, just going constantly harassing. This is definitely something more you see of a Terran doing more of the harass, more of the drops, and just seeing that out of a Zerg shows there's been a lot of development in the matchup and just how well LiveZerg is playing as well. You can't take that away from him. Overall, right now, BCQT not sitting too bad right now. He's sitting on 4 base. He's got sensor towers. He's got turrets. So he's well defended right now. Looks like he's going to go for a little bit of a Hellion run by. And, oh, this could be really nice and effective. Oh, yeah, this is going to be very, very effective. Look at this run by. Oh, this is going to do so much damage. Oh, a lot of these drones are going to get barbecued down to nothing. Can he get another hit off, or at least he's just going to go for some sort of scout if possible. Total of 8 workers killed, so that not that much. LiveZerg still has that advantage with a total of 36. But here we go. Here comes that Terran late game composition, and this is personally what I'm completely curious about because I've seen a lot of mech compositions fall, but we do see Seeker Missile, Raven upgrade for energy, we've already got Cloak, and we got Ravens popping out 3 at a time, so this could be very, very big. Oh, look at that. Tank is positioned there in the natural, completely ready. Is he able to get a hit off? Oh, he's going to try to snipe that tank down, but already look at these Roaches. the tank splash damage doing so much to them. And he needs to bring those Banshees over to try to defend. There they are, coming across the Vikings and the Banshees. Now, as we look and see the composition for LiveZerg on the other side of the map, oh my god, this is an absolutely enormous and scary army. Looking at the numbers right now, we've got a total of 12 Broodlords, plus Corruptors, plus a lot of Infestors with energy, plus so many full Queen Energy Zergs. And, oh, no, what is going on right here? BeastyQT, what are you doing? He's actually got a couple doors out in the open. He went for a pressure, I guess, try to pressure that 5th base of LiveZerg, but this is really bad. You don't want to trade right now. You need to wait until you get a better army, get closer to maxed out, get more Vikings involved, get more Ravens involved. Definitely not an engagement you want to find yourself in at the moment. LiveZerg are doing a great job with the movement. He's going to go try to check out, see what's going on, see if there's a base over here. The 5th base for BeastyQT as well. He's not going to see it. Going to try to pull back. He will lose a couple Overlords because of this, but hey, no big deal. The Zerg economy's doing great. And there we go. So basically, at this point, both players are going to be trying to take bases. BeastyQT is trying to go for that max out, wait till those Ravens get a lot of energy, wait till he gets enough doors, and just gets in a really nice composition to be able to handle against that Zerg army. Meanwhile, the Zerg is basically just going to be trying to get his economy up. He's maxed out. I'm not sure if he wants to put down a bunch of spine crawlers to free up some supply, but here we go. This is actually really cute by BeastyQT. He's actually just pressuring this 5th base of LiveZerg. He's got to focus it down, though, because the Zerg army will be able to take it out if he's not careful. And great focus fire by BeastyQT, able to finally take out that 5th hatch. And looks like he's going to be doing great. Unfortunately, most likely, most of these tanks will go down. The Broodlords are pressing forward. Great split. Oh my god, LiveZerg, why are you so amazing right now? He's got a great split. He's got to be a little careful. Some of those Broodlords are bunching up. He can't bunch up, especially the Corruptors right now. He's got to be very careful. Here come the Seeker missiles. He's got to split up the Corruptors. Great split. Oh my god. And this is when Seeker missiles are completely nullified. Great split. Not able to take out anything. Beautiful work by LiveZerg. And now he's going to be pressing the 4th base of BeastyQT. And I don't know what BeastyQT can do. He's got great Viking numbers. He's got Ravens. But again, LiveZerg has so many units. He's got so many Infestors. Just, this is going to be way too much. Plus, he's got a great split right now. It's going to be very hard to make it very cost effective. Great cloak right now coming by, able to pick off some of the queens right now. But unfortunately, because of the fungals, all these Banshees will go down fairly fast. And BeastyQT is basically in dire straits right now. Oh my god, this is awesome. Sky Terran coming up for BeastyQT. We see right now battle cruisers are coming along, but I don't know how long they will last with fungals and so many Corruptors. I don't know how he's going to be able to handle all of this, but this is just so awesome to watch. 2 more battle cruisers and 3 Vikings underway, as we do see the Yamato cannon is finishing up, plus air defense number 1. So 1-1 for air has finished up. Unfortunately, right now the bad news bears for BeastyQT is the fact that he has already lost basically almost all of his economy. The 3rd base is getting completely pressed, and oh my god, if you could get a Raven on that type of clump, man, that would be the thing that would bring him back. But this is going to be really hard. Look at all these Corruptors. They're going to be able to basically two-shotting battle cruisers. Very easy to take on. Raven's getting in there. Good clump right there. Able to get a nice clump shot. But again, there's just no chance. Too much Zerg, too much late game, too much energy, and too much support. BeastyQT falling down, and LiveZerg giving RoX.KiS a 2-1 lead. Very interesting situation right now in front of us.